It's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, Governor Palin and public policy. We begin with President Obama. President Obama, you said, somebody asked you, give him a grade, you gave him a 4 out of 10.
Where do you rate Barack Obama?
A 4. A 4. I think there are a lot of decisions being made that I and probably the majority of Americans are not impressed with right now.
So you think that he's not doing a good job?
No, I think in the two areas that I am most concerned about, national security, there's some questionable actions that he's taken so recently that I believe weakens our country and our security.
Give me an example. What is he doing wrong?
We decide we're going to close Gitmo without a security plan. We're going to bring Muhammad over here, and we're going to create this circus atmosphere here in New York and try this terrorist in our court system that is reserved under our Constitution for American citizens to be able to have their rights exercised.
Okay, so
that's
Gitmo and Khalid Sheikh Mohammed are mistakes. And I agree on both of them. I put them, if you had to close Guantanamo Bay for PR purposes, which is, you know, what their argument is, I'd put them in Alaska. I put them way up in Alaska. I build a little prison up there, way away from everybody, and see how they like it up there.
You know, we do have a vacated base up there in that too, where perhaps, but you know, hey, let's hear what Alaskans would have to say about that. Allowing
you know, I think Alaskans would say,
homeland.
yeah, come on, bring them on up. Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, 88. Alaska, minus 15. Okay. Barack Obama, socialist?
Scares me the road that he has us on, not seeming to understand what it is that built up America's economic system, the free enterprise principles, the shrinkage of government, not the expansion to allow the private sector to grow and to thrive and to do what it does best, and our families to keep more of what they earn so that they can reinvest and prioritize instead of government doing it for them, which is a step towards socialism. So some of the steps we're taking economically right now scare the heck out of me.
Do you think that he wants to change the country into an entitlement society? We're
going to see, depending on his cap and tax bill that he will no doubt support coming out of Congress, that the health care bill, whatever that's going to cost us and whatever the answers are there to all of our questions about the health care, we're going to see if he decides that he can kind of shift gears, change course, and move us back to more of the free enterprise, free market principles that built up this country, then my answer to you is going to be, no, he's not hell-bent on changing the capitalist society that we are. But if he is stubborn about this, then my answer to you is going to be, well, his actions speak louder than our words, and yes, he's going to change our capitalistic society.
You ever talked to Obama? Have you ever spoken to him one-on-one to any extent?
Not to any extent. I've met him twice, but...
You've met him twice, but it's just, hi, how are you?
Yes.
That kind of thing?
Yes.
You think he's smart?
I think he's very smart.
Honest? You think he's honest?
I think that he has told us some things in the campaign. I think that he's told us some things early on in his presidency that have not come to fruition. He was all about positive change, and I think a lot of Americans are believing that the change that he's ushering in isn't necessarily positive.
Well, he says it is. I mean, and you're a conservative, so you don't like it. But
positive in terms of creating debt for our children.
No, but he says, but you know what the arguments are. I mean, he says that, look, a lot of Americans can't afford health insurance. The insurance companies are out of control. I got to get them under control. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You know, that's his point of view.
Let's get the health care problems under control then, but let's use free market, results-oriented, patient-centered solutions to do that. Tort reform, he's not embracing any of those ideas. Getting rid of the waste and fraud that he insists today, if we would just get a handle on that, we could pay for this.
Well, he says he's going to get rid of the waste and fraud.
Let's do it right now then.